Good afternoon, family. It's me, Coach 67 Sports TV. Shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC, Lions Den Boston community. Shout out to Anthony O'Neill and the Impact Creative Society. Last, definitely not least, shout out to the greatest university in the world, the Southern University, home of the mighty Jaguars. In this particular live stream, I'm going to talk about the 2024 LDBC Family Reunion, also known as the LDBC Meet and Greet. But to keep it a buck, the LDBC Meet and Greet, it really doesn't do it justice. The LDBC Family Reunion is more of a accurate. It's more accurate in its description of you know what transpired, what went on. And me, I'm an individual that's big on positive energy. I'm big on treating people the way I want to be treated. If someone is my friend, I'm big on being their friend. I'm big on reciprocation. I'm big on giving love, receiving love. However I want to be treated by someone, that's how I treat people. That's my calling card as an individual. I'm big on that. Uh, and at the LDBC family reunion last weekend, it was a lot of love, and it's crazy. Shout out to the brother Adrian Crook. Salute to you, bro. I saw a cat, big hating, ugly biz. Yeah, but you know, it was a lot of love. And the crazy thing about it, speaking on what Adrian Crook was saying in terms of the hating, you know, me truthfully, I try not to give haters no light, no shine. A lot of feed on the negativity, the negative energy. Me personally, I try to let them starve. But it's crazy how I went to the meet and greet last week. I and you know the Browns bomber Deontay Wilder. He came out, he showed major love. Salute to my brother Jared Level Green. It was unfortunate, that he had some stuff going on. He really couldn't be in attendance. I was definitely looking forward to us linking up again. But we know you couldn't be there. But major shout out to Jared Level Green, JB, the Pops. Uh, but the crazy thing about it is, you know, one of these trolls, they came over to my page, and it's not like I have a huge following on YouTube. At this point, I think I have like 300 and 321 subscribers. Myself, my brother Jared Level Green, my brother Brent Fox. Our respective channels are growing. You know, the Southern Baller Show, the inception of it, it really started. The first time I went to the second LDBC meet and greet in Dallas. You know, Jared Levin Green and I met, Brett Fox, JB. So that's where the Southern Baller Show started. And Brent Fox, he started his channel later, but our individual channels have grown, since then. And that's where really the Southern Baller Show really kind of kicked off. But in terms of like the haters, you know, we had a video with Champ. I took a picture with him, and one of these weirdo like troll haters, came over to my channel, and made some weirdo comments, and of course he's projecting whatever You know, look, whatever you got going on, whatever you do, you know, I'm not judging you for what you do, but don't project your what you do in your personal life onto me just because you miserable, just because your life is miserable, just because you don't have a job and you live up north somewhere, just because you live in your mom or your parents' basement. If you live down south here and you don't have a basement, just because you live in the back room of your mom or your parents' house, you don't have a girlfriend, you don't have a job, you don't have a life, you're miserable. Like, why you gonna come hate on us? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a huge YouTube channel. So for you to come and spew your negative energy and your hate, man, it's sad. Like, go get a life. Go do something with yourself. Don't come over here like with the weirdo energy, with the negativity. This the last little bit of light and shine I'm gonna even give these haters. But don't bring your negativity my way. The LDBC meet and greet, the family reunion last weekend. It was positive vibes, it's positive energy. The irony of the entire situation is, like, literally almost a month to the day, uh, I had an actual family reunion with my blood relatives in the 4th of July weekend, and it was kind of almost a month to the day, a little bit less than a month that the LDBC family reunion happened. It was a lot of love, a lot of positive energy. Just kind of giving my take and my perspective. I think one thing that if I could change it, but the LDBC family reunion, I would move it up a little bit, like move it up to maybe towards the end of June, something like that. Because from my perspective, I'm a teacher, I'm a coach, and it's like it's always that first week of school. You know, I think if I'm at a school where I've been there for a certain amount of time and I have time to put in, it's cool. But I just started at a new location, and as a result, yeah, Adrian Cook is definitely a football season. But I started at a new school, so I really couldn't just take off the first couple of days of school, to go to the meet and greet and be with the family and chill or whatever. So what I ended up doing was, we had football practice on Thursday. On Friday, we didn't have practice. So what I ended up doing was, I ended up leaving from school. I ended up going to get me a bite to eat. Then after that, ordinarily I would prefer to take a flight from New Orleans, but I knew, you know, on Interstate 10 between New Orleans and Baton Rouge, Fridays is the worst day from a traffic perspective. I'm almost certain it's like that in most cities. Like, traffic is terrible on Fridays, whatever the case may be. Friday evening, Friday afternoon in particular. But I knew I wasn't gonna make it from New Orleans, from Baton Rouge to New Orleans after school. So what I ended up doing was, I ended up uh, I ended up just taking a flight from Baton Rouge. So I grabbed me a bite to eat. I had already had my stuff packed, but you know I didn't like the bag I had, so I ended up going home and getting another bag and just taking the stuff out my original bag and putting it in the second bag. Loaded up my stuff. You know, Baton Rouge Airport is not too far from where I live, so I ended up taking a flight from Baton Rouge to Atlanta. So by the time I actually touched down to touchdown at ATL, it was like Friday night. The Queens of the Ring was getting ready to come on, or whatever the case may be. Of course, it wasn't in Atlanta, and Meek J was sick. Uh, so basically, I had to end up catching the taxi from the airport, Atlanta airport, to the site of the meet and greet. I just ended up getting just like the last time, I just ended up getting a room in the same location of the meet and greet. So, that was Friday night. And, major shout out, major salute to my brother Brent Fox. Uh, you know, I touched down, got a taxi, went to my room, and I kid you not, I'm getting things squared away, I'm getting things settled. And Brent Fox, you know, when the General 7A Sports TV says, that Brent Fox is the lieutenant, you know, of the Southern Baller Show, like each one of us have a role. Jared 11 Green, he's kind of like the network of our little group. He always, you know, reaching out to other members of the LDBC, always networking, breaking bread, always connecting us with other members of the LDBC. That salute to the general, salute to my brother, 7A Sports TV. That's what we talking about, the recap of the family reunion. Major shout out to the general. But like I was saying, I was touching on, and Brent Fox, he reached out like, hey, bro, you made it in, the ATL, how you doing? Did you get squared away? And, always much love and appreciation to the brother Brent Fox, who always checking out on people, always looking out for people, because I remember Black Fight Fan was saying that, when we went to the meet and greet in Dallas, of course, I ended up going to the hotel room passing out in Dallas. I couldn't make it out that night because I had drove 6 hours from Baton Rouge to Dallas. So, you know, Black Fight Fan was saying that, Brent Fox made sure, at the second meet and greet, we went to Dallas when we met for the first time. He made sure that 7-8 was good, and he made sure that Black Fight Fan was good, and everybody, that was drinking at the club, everybody made it home safe, this, that, and the third. That's the kind of cat Brent Fox is. Brent Fox is a real stand-up guy. Always much love to my brother Brent Fox. But like I was saying, Southern Baller Show, we met at the meet and greet in Dallas, and like I said, we all have our respective roles. Jared 11 Green, he always good for breaking bread, networking with other people, and Brent Fox is the person that always kind of checks on everybody, make sure everybody good. So when I touched down in Atlanta, Brent Fox, he texted me that night when I just had got in, made sure everything was good with me, made sure I made it in, and of course I made it in. Got up Saturday morning, went downstairs, get continental breakfast, and Junior the Troop was in the corner, with his laptop and his microphone. I don't know if he was live streaming, if he had live streamed earlier, whatever the case may be. So I saw Junior the Troop. I went and said, got breakfast, Then I'm headed back up to the room. As I'm leaving, I see Trill Will come through, you know what I'm saying? So go and get breakfast. Junior the Troop was in the corner, chopped it up with him a little bit. Went and got me something to eat. Was headed back upstairs to my room, and the brother Trill Will was coming through. So, I went upstairs. I still was real tired from the night before because, like I said, even though I didn't have football practice Friday, we had practice Thursday, football practice Thursday, school on Friday, hopped on a flight from Baton Rouge to Atlanta. Good flight, no hiccups, no problems, no issues. Touchdown late Friday night. The brother Brent Fox, he checked in on me, make sure I was good, made sure everything was straight, whatever the case may be. Got breakfast Saturday morning, saw Junior the Troop, saw my brother I Am Trill Will, saw a couple of the brothers that morning. So, I went upstairs, caught me a nap, whatever. Came back later on at about 2-ish, quarter after 2, whatever the case may be. Came back downstairs, and of course, now you got more movement, more traffic, in you know in a lobby leading into the area where the meet and greet was. Got to connect with 7-8. Met a few other individuals. Junior the Troop, of course, we met in Dallas. So, Junior the Troop was there. I Am Trill Will, met Abel Mahar Sports Nation. Now, that, me, I'm good with names, but it was so many, brothers that I met for the first time in an ATL. If I get to, constantly spitting out names, I know I'm gonna forget somebody. But just got to meet a bunch of different people. Uh, of course, got there, to the meet and greet itself. Queen 71, Junior the Troop, they're getting everything set up. Met a few people like Thomas from the Bronx, my Heart Sports Nation. Just talking to different people, just having good conversation. We actually, you know, they finally got everything set up, so we going in, getting it going. Talk to Chris Ruffin, of course, both from the state of Louisiana. JC Storyteller. Just met so many different people. And just looking at these different brothers and sisters in the LDBC, them giving their own thoughts in terms of like their recap, what was their highlight moment, so on and so forth. For me, there's a lot of highlights, but just spending time with the brothers, just kicking it, getting there, uh, you know, getting with 7-8 for the second time, us just talking, whatever. Of course, I got a lot of highlights, but like I said, just linking up with Brent Fox again, it was just awesome and amazing to see him, because like I said, we met for the first time in Dallas at the first meet and greet. Well, really the second LDBC meet and greet, but the first one I went to, because there's one in ATL, it was the third one. So, meeting for the second time, it was a pleasure seeing him. Like I said, he checked on me the night before, so on and so forth. And of course, Trill Will was on the microphone, him singing, just cutting up, doing this thing. That was another highlight. Of course, when he put on the Stone Cold Steve Austin interest music and he started talking like Stone Cold, like a real funny moment. Sitting there talking to Shea Girl 85. Also, me and 7-8 just sitting there kicking it, talking, just meeting all the different brothers. Also, my brother Cadillac, Red Supreme Beast Boxing Talk. The usual suspects. It was, good meeting each and every one of them, talking to KG. But I'll say another like huge highlight of the meet and greet. There was this point. I ain't gonna lie, one thing I gotta say, but Junior the Troop, he real professional, but the way he, put everything together, him and Queen 71, and Trio Will and the entire committee, whatever the case may be. Junior the Troop told us, he said, look, he said, we have this side. He said the other side is like the other dining area, whatever. Don't go on that side. So at one point, I'm looking on my phone, me and Shea Girls 85, we just sitting there talking, just chopping it up. We just talking about SWAC football, talking about Auburn and Alabama. I asked if she was War Eagle, Roll Tide. When I say Roll Tide, you should have just started expression on her face like, I can't believe you insulted me like that. So, we just talking about, SWAC football, and we talking about, SEC football, Auburn and Alabama and LSU, whatever. And then I'm looking for, at the time, the gold medal game for the U.S. Olympic basketball team was on, right? So the U.S. playing against France. And the area that Junior the Troop told us not to go in, that was where the TV was. So, of course, one of the brothers was like, it was like, hey, man, the game should be on. So they had this other guy that this older guy, this OG gentleman, seasoned guy. He was he was cleaning up over there in the other dining area. And he was like, hey, hey, excuse me, sir, could you turn on the TV? You know what I'm saying? So he turned on the TV, and sure enough, he turned it on. Guess what? The U.S. and France was playing in a gold medal game. I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think it was like in the third quarter, right? And he was like, hey, excuse me, sir, if you don't mind, could you turn the volume up for us? So they turned it up, and we really still couldn't hear nothing. So we standing on our side, and we looking over into the other dining area, and the game was on. And, the U.S. up by like 7 points. If I'm not mistaken, one of the brothers wanted France to win. And, we just talking, of course, Evan Fournier, he was kind of doing this thing. Wimby, he doing this thing. I think Frank Nicotilla. These are the players for the French team. And the U.S. They was up by like 10, and it was up by 7. Then France cut it to like 3. Steph Curry hit a huge shot to push it up to like 6 of them, either 5 or no. I think he pushed it up to 6, and then the U.S. started pulling away. And then me and KG, we started having a discussion about. It was me, KG, I think Abel, Mahara Sports Nation. We start talking about if, because that's one thing that's kind of been aggravating me as a content creator. I've been seeing these people talk about like the dream team versus this current U.S. Olympic basketball team. And man, when we started talking about the dream team versus this current team, this ended up being like a huge, major conversation. So, meeting Brent Fox, well, not meet Brent Fox, but linking up with him again, because we met for the first time in Dallas. Meeting up with 7-8 again, too, of course, met for the first time in Dallas. Just linking him again, meeting, Junior the Truth again, meeting Trill Will for the first time. These are some highlight moments. But, of course, us watching the U.S. win the gold medal was a big moment, and us just having this huge conversation about the dream team versus the current U.S. men's Olympic basketball team with Steph and KD. Who would stick Steph, and who would stick KD, and who would stick LeBron. And I'm like, dude, Scottie Pippen would, whoever you want, kind of minimize a little bit. You put Scottie Pippen on that person. You let Scottie Pippen pick him up full court. That just was like a just awesome conversation that you would have like at a family function or a family reunion, family gathering, whatever. That's why, we call it the family reunion, because moments like that, it's kind of what made it such, a special event. Just everybody just showing love, breaking bread. It was just like an awesome and amazing experience. I'm not gonna lie, it really legitimate to me. It really and legitimately was like, being at a family function for the holidays, with my people, talking about, different sports topics, whatever the case may be. And that was the real reason why, me, Kay, King Ray, and Rudolph, that was the reason why we did Value Sports Talk, was to kind of recreate those conversations we have, for family functions. And it was that same kind of atmosphere at the family reunion this weekend, you know what I'm saying? So, of course, the U.S. ended up winning the gold medal. And, man, we just talk. And then it came to a point where, of course, after that point, other people started coming through. And, one thing 7-8 pointed out, he was like, man, it's just kind of like, like black people, hey, you tell them it's supposed to start at such and such a time, and then people trickle in later. I said, bro, it's like that at all of our family functions on, for my family. Hey, if we say it's going to start at 2, it's really not going to get going good till like 5. So, of course, more and more people trickling in, meeting more people. And, of course, certain people by their YouTube handle, other people by their name, whatever the case may be. And then, of course, you got people like my brother Brent Fox, who his real name is, his YouTube name, his real YouTube handle. So, we just breaking bread, just conversating. Then it came to a point where, our time in the little area we was in, it was up. So we moved it from there to the hotel lobby. And we just kind of standing around talking. By this point, we just been chopping it up, different people. And it's so many of us, you're talking to this person, you're talking to that person. That's why I say I really, even though I'm a person that's excellent with names, I'm good with faces. And, as a teacher, I've had students over the years tell me, like, coach, like how you learn students' names so quickly and you're able to put the name with the face. I was always good with that type of thing. But the crazy thing about it is, like, it was so many of us, meet so many people for the first time. Like, it's crazy how it just was hard for me to, just remember everybody handle, for the exception of people like who I really follow on YouTube, like Drew Titan. Of course, I already know Drew because, I follow Drew's channel. Cadillac Red, we done shows together, whatever the case may be. So people like that, of course I know them already. But other people, meeting for the first time, it's like, dang, it's a lot of brothers, meeting for the first time. So, we just chopping it up in in the lobby area. And of course, it's great conversation. At one point, Ack, I don't know if it was Ack, I know it was Ack and somebody else. We was talking about uh the Locks versus the Dipset. And it was like, man, the Locks a better group than Dipset. And we was like, man, Dipset had more hits. And I'm like, dude, it was like this group of us standing around talking. We was like, the Locks have a much bigger catalog than Dipset. And they was talking about the versus battle, how basically Jada just ended whole Dipset by itself, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, that ain't even including Sheik Luch and Styles P, Jada and Styles P lyrically, like they're on like a whole nother level. So these are the kind of conversations we was having. And we stood around like for a long time in the lobby, just talking after the meet and greet, you know what I'm saying? And then, I noticed like, hey, Trill Will and my brother Brent Fox, they out standing and then we see like a handful of brothers, like they going outside the hotel and they standing in front of the hotel. So, a couple of us was like, well, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? Like what's good? They was like, oh, we think Champ pulling up. And we was like, what? So, like, and then, it kind of trickled, the word kind of went from one person and then a bunch of us hear it or whatever. So everybody just kind of went stand outside in front of the hotel. You know what I'm saying? So everybody went stand in front of the hotel. And, we still just kind of standing there talking, whatever. And of course, the Sprinter pull up. Willie Lowe get out. And, Willie Lowe get out the Sprinter. And then Pac-Man T, he walk up. And of course, Champ. And, we all standing around, taking pictures, getting videos, this, that, and the third. And, everything was love. It was all love, great atmosphere, great environment. We took pictures for a while. We took videos. And, for the most, and then I'm not going to lie, it kind of going to show you how it was such a real, like, family atmosphere, family environment. Some of the brothers were like, hey, man, let these sisters get in here and get a picture with Champ. That's one thing, Junior and 7-8 and some of the brothers, Trill Will, they're like, hey, man, let the sisters get in here, so they let Shawa get in and Tay and Ashley's Corner and, they let the sisters get a picture with Champ, before everybody else and me. I'm like, look, I'm just kind of happy to be here breaking bread with family. I don't care if I'm the last person to get a video, picture. I don't need the video. Just give me a picture. I'm good, whatever. So I got a picture, Champ. And that's one thing I butted. At the end of the school year, my previous school, like the principal, she was like a real, like, butthole. And I'm thinking to myself, man, this lady is not fit to be in a leadership position. But the 2 times I was at the meet and greet at Dallas, meeting Bill Haney, I don't understand why here on YouTube, on the internet, why Bill Haney gets so much hate. Because, man, this dude is, I done been different places. And, here in the South, especially South Louisiana, we big on Southern hospitality. We big on treating people the way we want to be treated. A lot of people was like, oh, it's going to be some nonsense at the meet and greet. I'd have been to 2 meet and greets, and there ain't been not one single solitary incident. You know what I'm saying? Not one. And I done met some of the nicest people you're going to meet on planet Earth. And Bill Haney and Deontay Wilder are some of the most stand-up, nicest, coolest people you're going to meet in life. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to even lie to you. Meeting Bill Haney for the first time in Dallas, I mean, it was kind of like meeting a family member that you didn't know, you know what I'm saying? And it was the same way with Champ. Like, they cool as a fan, and, the Southern hospitality, I'm talking about the treating people the way you want to be treated. I'm not going to lie, you wouldn't think these brothers like multi-millionaires. I mean, man, it was cool, and the Champ was the same way. A lot of positive energy, positive vibes. And, I ain't gonna lie, just the just that whole day was just a vibe from the time we met downstairs, just talking outside. And the thing about it, talk to Pac-Man T, 7A was calling T a weight bully. 7A calling T a weight bully. Willie Lowe joking and clowning. Of course they had I think they had like a honey bun cake that they made and they gave to the general, you know what I'm saying? Man, bro, I'm not gonna lie, it was just an epic weekend, just an epic day. And the crazy thing about it was, you know, Junior was like, man, Champ, get out of here, whoop the boo. And Champ didn't want to leave, you know what I'm saying? And he stayed for a good little while after that. And then once he left, we just stood around talking, talking up to the brother Soul Power Gamed Up Kennels. Hey, bro, that dude, he cool as a fan, talking to my brother Cadillac Red Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, the usual suspects, KG, me and KG was chopping up a lot, you know what I'm saying? Man, just so many people, I don't want to just get in the habit of calling names because, so many people you're going to forget, Thomas the Bronx, Shawa, Tay, hey, it was so many people that I met for the first time. I mean, don't get me wrong, a lot of these same people, some of these people like Brent Fox and Junior the Troop, like we met in Dallas, and some, and the crazy thing about it is second time I went to the meet and greet, and it still was a lot of people met for the first time, like Drew Titan, even though I done seen Drew Titan, on all of his channels like so many times. It was good to meet Drew Titan for the first time. I ain't gonna lie, it was just an epic day, epic weekend. And even after Champ left, we stood around for like a couple hours out in front of the hotel. We just chopped it up. And one of the last people I was talking to was Soul Power Gamed Up Kennels. Him and his queen. He was saying how he was gonna bring his kids to the he was gonna be with his kids tomorrow, whoop the whoop. And everybody was talking about the the cookout the next day. And I'm like, man, I'm not gonna be able to make it. Cause that's one thing about New Orleans International over Baton Rouge Airport. Like New Orleans International have a lot more flights in and out to wherever location, whereas Baton Rouge don't have as many flights. I thought my flight was gonna leave for like 7 o'clock the next morning, but my sister reminded me like, no, it's not 7 o'clock. Like your flight is not till 11. So I'm like, oh, all right, cool. That ended up working out even better. So I was one of the regrets. I'm like, man, I know I'm not gonna be here tomorrow. So I'm like, hey, let's kick it tonight, whatever. So we talked to a couple of people, whoop the woo. For the exception of like 7-8, that's one thing. If my brother Jared 11 Green would have been there, I know that's one thing he good about getting people numbers and breaking bread or whatever. So he would have been able to get a bunch of numbers or whatever. I think for the exception of 7-8, I already had Cadillac Red number. I already had Brent Fox number. Probably for the exception of maybe those two. I don't think I got no new numbers for the exception of 7-8, you know what I'm saying? So, I went upstairs or whatever. Ended up, I'm like, all right, I'm going to, what's going to pop off tonight, whatever. From what I'm understanding, pretty much everybody, everybody ended up, going to one spot or whatever. They kicked it till late, and they ended up not going out that night, for the exception of the people. I think someone went to like a cigar lounge, cigar bar, whatever the case may be. But for the most part, nothing really happened a lot on Saturday night or whatever the case may be. But, Saturday was just an epic moment. I'll probably say the highlights for me was, like I said, of course, my brother Brent Fox checking on me, making sure I touched down safely on that Friday night, seeing him again, after meeting for the first time in Dallas, seeing 7-8 again, meeting for the first time in Dallas, second time in ATL, and, just breaking bread, spending time with everybody. Of course, there was this one real funny moment where, we was all just kind of standing around Champ or whatever. And my brother Cadillac Red, you could tell Red had kind of been sipping on a little something, you know what I'm saying? And Red was like, hey, my heart, we gonna get you, we gonna get you right tonight. I'm kind of paraphrasing. I can't say exactly what he said, you know what I'm saying? But it was funny as hell. You could tell, like, oh yeah, Red, he done been sipping kind of hard. You know what I'm saying? But just those moments, and of course, meeting Pac-Man, T, meeting Champ, Champ coming through, showing major love. I think the only thing that kind of probably would have made it better is if Bill Haney would have been there also. That probably would have took it up to a whole nother stratosphere. But for the most part, it was an epic and phenomenal event. You know, the only thing I regret about both, Dallas and ATL is the fact that both of those events happened like the first week of school for me. And of course, for the teachers, you have like 3 days where you have professional development without students. And then like the first day of school for those students is on like that Thursday. So it's like that Thursday, that Friday. And the meet and greet, the 2 times I've been, has been on that Friday. And then of course I gotta go back like within a reasonable time on Sunday so I can, be back to school for Monday. So I think, I don't care where it's at next year, if it's, right now from what I'm understanding, Vegas leading. I don't care if it's in Vegas. I don't care if it's in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. I don't care if it's in Orlando. I don't care if it's in New York, LA, Chicago, Miami. I don't care where it's at. I'm gonna be there. I think the only thing I would change is moving it up to like maybe like towards the end of June. Of course, it's gonna be hot. It's the summer months, but from a teacher's perspective, I would have more freedom and flexibility to kind of move around the way I want, during the summer months. Now, I know I'm in the process of, I got a couple businesses that's really kind of jumping off that I'm kind of in the ground stages of and really kind of getting going and doing something with. But even with that being said, I think with that, I could kind of control that, unless it's like some kind of major emergency, which of course, I believe in life and death is in the power of the tongue. So I don't want to speak, nothing bad in existence. I think if the laws say the same, I'll be there next year. But me, the only thing I would change is, moving it up. You know, you don't want to move it up like around. I mean, July would be cool, but of course, a lot of people traveling in the month of July. Especially like 4th of July weekend. Of course, you don't want to have it in that time frame. I know, like the inception of the LDBC was in June, and 7/8's birthday is in June. So I think June will be a good time for me. Like even if I got some business stuff going on, I got a 7-on-7 team or whatever that I'm trying to get going. So even if I got the 7-on-7, the business is going or whatever, I think I can kind of work around that. Oh, and speaking of my brother Brent Fox, salute to my brother Brent Fox. I was just saying how, Brent Fox, that's my brother. He a real stand-up guy. When I touched down Friday night, he was texting me, checking on me, making sure I was good. I landed and I got in and I was good. And, it was just a pleasure meeting him again, too. That was like one of the highlights of the meet and greet. And one other thing, too, I see a lot of the brothers and when they're doing their thoughts and their recap of the meet and greet, comparing the meet and greet in Dallas to the meet and greet in Atlanta. For me personally, I ain't gonna lie, Dallas was good. Dallas was good. I think the reason it was better for me in Atlanta. See, in terms of Dallas, again, that was like the second day of school, first week of school for me as a teacher. So I drove from Dallas is closer than Atlanta, of course. So I drove 6 hours from Baton Rouge to Dallas. And when I got into Dallas, it was late. In fact, it wasn't even late Friday night. It was like early Saturday morning. I think I touched down like maybe like 1-2 Saturday morning or whatever. So, I checked into my hotel. Of course, the hotel that I stayed in each time is the same actual hotel of the actual event. So, when I got in Saturday morning, I got up that morning. I went and walked to McDonald's, got something to eat or whatever. Then later on, just like I did in Atlanta, I went take a nap, and then later on I came to the meet and greet. And of course, it was good meeting when we went to Dallas, you know, CC, Black Fight Fan. But the thing about the you know, the Dallas meet and greet, the one good thing about it was that's where really the inception of the Southern Baller Show came, because, you know, I met my brother Jared 11 Green, Brent Fox, JB, you know, Jay Good, Meredith Campbell, met different brothers or whatever, and meet Junior the Truth. The thing that really kind of, I forgot to get numbers from people, but this what ended up happening at Dallas, right? Of course, got to meet Bill Haney. Like I said, one of the nicest people I've met in life. Met Bill Haney, but they had so many people I didn't get to meet because we got to this corner and we start talking about swag football. That's where really the inception of the Southern Baller Show came. Got stuck in this corner with Jared 11 Green and JB and Brent Fox and Jay Good. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was like Big Snack Pack. It was like a bunch of us that got over in this corner and we just got stuck and we start talking about swag football and Jackson State and Coach Prime and Southern and these different like swag teams. Like we stood over there for like maybe like an hour and a half, 2 hours just talking. And I didn't get to move around and meet like Nick J and Boxiana and Freeway Ricky Ross, not the rapper Rick Ross, but the real Rick Ross, Freeway Rick Ross. So I didn't get to meet a lot of people like I wanted to, because once we start talking about football, it was kind of like a rap. It was a rap, right? So by the time like we broke the huddle, like the meet and greet was just about over and people had started filing out. So I didn't get to meet as many people in Dallas. And then, I was talking to Black Fight Fan. Like, of course, we were supposed to go out that night just like we were supposed to go out in ATL. Everybody went out, met up at this club in Dallas. But since I had driven like 6 hours and I got in like super late, early like Saturday morning, and after the meet and greet, I went to Papa Do's to get something to eat. I went back to the hotel in Dallas and I passed out. And when I woke up, it was like 2, 3 in the morning. I'm like, damn, I missed it. Because, they were supposed to meet up at like, if I'm not mistaken, like 10, 11 or whatever at the club. And I passed out. I didn't even get to get up and go. So I didn't get to hang out with the brothers. And then, of course, this time at the meet and greet, just like the Dallas meet and greet, I got to the venue early, because I'm already staying in the hotel. You go to the area where the meet and greet is. But this time I made sure I was shaking and moving, going around, meeting different people, shaking hands, whatever. So I was able to meet more people, meeting a lot more new faces, talking to people, getting people to subscribe to your channel, vice versa, following people on social media, talking to different people like, JC Storyteller, Thomas from the Bronx, them playing spades, 7-8 and that's why I don't want to get to calling names, because just meet so many people. Like I say, I'm the type of person, I'm usually good with names. Man, I met so many different people at this go around at the meet and greet. Like, I know if I just start calling names, I'm going to forget people. That's how many people I met. That's how much love it was. And for all of these like hater channels that's getting out here making all this hater content, it just kind of go to show you how like these people just miserable in life. Like, I'm not really giving them no shine, no light, no energy. It was just a positive atmosphere. It was love. Like I said, like my actual family reunion was like a month before like the actual meet and greet. So it was kind of ironic how the two, how they were so similar in terms of the atmosphere and the energy. And of course, I graduated from Southern University. And it's crazy how much like being at these two meet and greets, I was kind of like being at a Southern University function or Southern University football game, whatever the case may be. It was like that same type of vibe, atmosphere, because I remember like, I'd been going to a Southern University game for like over 40 years or whatever. I remember when I was younger, how like this guy came, if I'm not mistaken, he was coming from Atlanta, coming from somewhere else or whatever. He just happened to come down for the game, and he was like he was talking to me. He was like, wow. He was like, I have never been to an event to where it's so many black people and it's no nonsense, it's no foolishness. It's only a good time. It's only positive vibes, whatever the case may be. And I'm like, man, it's like this at every Southern University home game. And it's like this at every home game at every HBCU in the SWAC, the MEAC, just in, HBCU, like sporting events in general. Like, this how it is. And he was like, for real? He was like, man, I gotta come to this type of thing more often, because he was like, where I'm from, you don't get to see this many black people congregate and get together, and it's no like nonsense or foolishness. And I said, well, bro, I said, like, you need to come to more like events of HBCU events, in terms of sporting events like football games, basketball games, whatever. Whatever, floats your boat, whatever. And it was that same type of vibe and that same type of atmosphere at the meet and greet this past weekend in Atlanta. It was awesome. It was phenomenal. It was amazing. Like I said, just meeting so many different brothers and sisters. And it was just a vibe, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it is, you know, the Dallas meet and greet was good, but the ATL meet and greet was like on a whole nother stratosphere, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, if I actually got into like the different people like you talking to, having conversations with, it was all love, it was all positive vibes, all positive energy, all positive atmosphere. Like I say, the closest analogy I could really, the two closest examples or analogies I could give to it is, kind of like going to a Southern University football game or going to my own family reunion, like literally a month prior to that. So, that's the closest thing I really could kind of give to it. And, it's crazy how I brought the, Southern University analogy up, because, the same guy I was telling you, but if I'm not mistaken, I think he might have been from Atlanta, or was from somewhere else, like in a southeast or whatever. And he was like, man, I never been you know, nowhere where it was just this many black people, and it was, no nonsense, no violence, no incidents, no nothing. I'm like, man, you need to go to more like events, in the HBC realm. And I was telling him that, and like I said, the meet and greet was the same way. And in addition to that, just kind of comparing it to Southern, because even when people talk about the Southern thing, I mean, I've been a Southern like football games for over 40 years, and I can kind of count on one hand the amount of incidents, like maybe two incidents in like over 40 plus years. And it was the same way the meet and greet. It was all love, all positive energy, all vibes, you know. And the only thing that really kind of I regretted is the fact that I wasn't able to be there longer, spend more time with the family. I had a flight the next morning for like 11 o'clock. So I jumped up the next morning, after everything was, over, kind of still on a high. And, I posted a bunch of stuff to social media in terms of our YouTube channel. Still really didn't get to, I posted some stuff on Instagram. Still didn't really get to post it to TikTok and X, which is formerly known as Twitter. A lot of these social media platforms I'm on, I really didn't get to post like some of the content I have in my phone to these different social media platforms. So I jumped up the next morning, got breakfast, got me something to eat, checked out the hotel, uh, hopped in a taxi. And the crazy thing about it, the taxi driver the next morning, he was from Louisiana also. I was telling him I was here for, family reunion, networking event, all family, all love, this, that, and the third. So, we got to talking. He was saying he's from Atlanta. I mean, he's from New Orleans. He moved to Atlanta. We just got to talking, just having a conversation, and went to the got to the airport, and one of my cousins, well, my sister, my mom, one of my cousins, they was telling me about TSA pre-check, and I'm not even gonna lie, in a Baton Rouge, in an airport as small as Baton Rouge Airport, you don't need TSA pre-check. Like it's kind of pointless, irrelevant. However, when you get to an airport the size of Atlanta, TSA pre-check is 100% necessary. So, I was there like 2 hours before my flight. Of course, everything, didn't have no issues, no real hiccups, whatever. So what I ended up doing was, I ended up going through TSA. Should have got pre-check, but I'm gonna get it straight now for the next time for my next couple trips or whatever. So, going through the, line in TSA, got through everything. Then after that, I ended up getting ready, to go catch my flight. So I had to catch the train from, you know, Atlanta airport is huge. So I ended up catching the train from one area to another area, like almost like on the other side of the airport. And man, I saw this bad chick. And she was going in a different direction. It should have been in Baton Rouge. I'd had to go talk to her, but I had my flight to catch, so I'm like, wouldn't been for that, I would have went and talked to her. She was just my type, just like 4'11", 5 feet tall, light skinned, glasses, just phenomenal, amazing skin. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I wanted to go talk to her, but I'm like, nah, I gotta go catch my flight. I can't miss this flight to Baton Rouge, because that's one thing about flights flights to Baton Rouge. They don't have that many of them. So if I miss this flight, I might have to go fly somewhere like Dallas, like somewhere way out the way, and I might not get back home till about Monday. So I'm like, wouldn't have been for that, I don't want to go talk to Shorty. You know what I'm saying? But I'm like, nah, I gotta go, go catch this flight. So caught my flight, everything went cool. Touchdown, left from Atlanta like 11:30, touchdown in Baton Rouge at about 11 o'clock. you know, Texting my brother Brent Fox, because I saw he was excuse me, texting my brother Brent Fox like, hey, I made it, whoop the boo, because he always good for checking in on people. You know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it, I got off the flight, went straight to church, got home from church, see so many of the brothers and sisters in the LDBC posting, stuff from the cookout the next day, like Brent Fox and Trill Will, and I'm there to myself, oh my goodness, my YouTube timeline was just blowing up with LDBC stuff from the cookout and recaps of the family reunion and this, that, and the third. I'm like, oh my goodness. So I think that extra day would have made it that much better. So I think for me, comparing the two meet and greets I went to, the two family reunions, I think Dallas was good because I was meeting a lot of people for the first time. ATL was the next level because, I don't know, to me, it felt like it had a lot more people, but I don't think it was so much the fact that I met a lot more people. I was able to, get around and shake and move and come in contact with more people and, meet more brothers. Like I say, Soul Power came up Kennels, JC Storyteller, Act Reach, KG, just all the usual suspects, Brother Cadillac Red. For the most part, it was just a epic and phenomenal event. I can't wait until, we do this again next year. The only thing I would change, I don't care what city it's in. I don't care if it's in Vegas, if it's in Orlando, if it's in Tuscaloosa, Miami, New York, Chicago, LA. I don't care where it is. I just would move it up more in the summertime. The reason being is because, like I said, from a teacher's perspective, the last two meet and greets I went to, they both were the weekend that I started school. So started school that Monday, students come like that Thursday, have school like that Thursday and that Friday, and that Friday's the start of the weekend or whatever. So that would be the only thing I would change about the meet and greet itself. I would just move it up some. But other than that, it was an epic and phenomenal event. The only thing that I say, the one thing that kind of took it up to the next level is, Willie Lowe, Pac-Man T, and Champ showing up. It just kind of took it from from an A- to an A+. It was in a whole other stratosphere. And I think the only thing that would have been better is if Bill Haney would have been there. But other than that, it was a phenomenal event. Positive vibes, love. Just met so many people. And I mean, the crazy thing about it is I've been seeing so many, people posting their recaps. The usual suspects, Supreme Beast Boxing Talk, Cadillac Red, and the usual suspects, KG and Act Reach, and seeing Mahari, just so many people just, and then not only that, but 7-8, him having his panel, Mike Biggs boxing, that's another person I met, Ashley's Corner, TT, Queen 71, Shaw. I just meet so many different people. Man, it was just a phenomenal event. Can't wait till we do it again. But that's it for uh, my thoughts and recap of the LDBC family reunion / meet and greet. I don't even say meet and greet. I'm just say family reunion. It was just an epic event. Can't wait till we do it next year for my all my Southern University family members. I know y'all like, and Coach, whether football season get ready to start, like, you know, hey, what is Southern University content? Yeah, y'all can just chill, relax. I got y'all. I got this video dropping later on today. Me talking about the start of the season for Southern University. Uh, Basically talking about uh, you know, what to look for from Southern University. Is a two-part thing. The start of the season. I already got my tickets for the season opener against McNeese State. Of course, there would be no live next Saturday because next Saturday I'm gonna be at Southern University Fan Fest. You know, Hopefully I'll get some credentials and talk to head coach Terrence Graves and talk to the different players. Whoever gonna be the starting quarterback, Chandler Whitfield, Kelby Gibbons, whoever. But I got a Southern University video that's probably gonna drop. My aim is for it to be I'm gonna say 4:30, 5 o'clock, Central Standard Time. That's my aim. So, I appreciate everybody that kind of dropped in and showed some love. Of course, it definitely was, amazing meeting. Not meeting. Meeting is the wrong word. Linking up with the brother Brent Fox again. Linking up again with the General 7-8 Sports TV. The only thing that would have made the weekend that much better was, of course, if my brother Jared 11 Green and JB and Pops would have been there. That would have kind of took it to a whole nother level. If Bill Haney would have been there. But I appreciate everybody that came through. Adrian Crook, always stopping through, showing love. Of course, my brothers, Jared 11 Green, Brent Fox, the General 7-8 Sports TV. I appreciate everybody that came through, that stopped in, dropped by, showed some love. Also, while I'm here, my brother Brent Fox, his channel is growing. If I'm not mistaken, I think he up to maybe 90 subscribers, whatever the kids may be, somewhere in that area, whatever. Man, y'all go follow my brother Brent Fox. He you know, one of the people in a in the LDBC. A lot of people know, but a lot of people don't know about his channel. So y'all please go check out my brother Brent Fox. Go to his channel, show some love, support, because there's no way he go live. He should only have 2 or 3 people in his live. Go check out my brother Brent Fox. Subscribe to his channel. Also check out my brother Jared 11 Green. Go check out his channel. Uh, Tomorrow, I don't know. He had a lot going on recently. That's why he wasn't able to be at the meet and greet uh, last week. So he in the chat. We don't know if he's gonna do the Southern Baller show tomorrow. It's on him. If we do it, then guess what? I'm in. All you gotta do is say the word. But go check out my brother Jared 11 Green, Brent Fox. The 3 of us, we trying to push our channels to the next level. So the goal for right now is to get to each one of us to get to 500 subscribers, just to get baby monetized, like the brother Drew Titan always says, get baby monetized, then take it to the next level, and then get that 1,000 subscribers. And then after that, just go as far as we could. Just seeing, the camaraderie and the love this weekend between the usual suspects. That's our goal to be for the Southern Baller Show to kind of be like the usual suspects. That's gonna kind of be for me. I can't speak for my brother Jared Love and Green and Brent Fox, but the kind of camaraderie and love and the way they got their channels rocking and rolling, that's our goal at this point. First just to get to them 500 subscribers and then just to take it to the next level, to the next stratosphere. But I appreciate everybody dropping by, dropping in, showing some love, showing love and support. The general, my brothers, Jared Love and Green, Brent Fox, Adrian Crook. I appreciate everybody. Remember, Southern University content is dropping a little bit later today. I know I'm a little long-winded. This probably should have been for the 30-minute, 25-minute live stream. I ended up turning it into an hour, but it is what it is. Catch y'all on the rebound. Y'all have a blessed, phenomenal day. Check out the Southern University video later on. Catch y'all on the rebound. Peace and blessings. And again, shout out to the awesome and amazing LDBC. Peace.